Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Music Men and My Mental. I am DeVone, and it's another podcast, another episode. We're tackling all things in your career, your relationships, and your health. Before I talk to my guest today, just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Last week, it was just myself. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I went into the I never wanted depression, and went into relationships, career, actual what I'm dealing with my health. And but today we're going to talk about everything relationships, not just the personal sexual relationships that I normally, get fixated on. But we're going to talk about relationships in total, but mostly business relationships is what, would be the bulk of it. But I'm going to go into everything because my guest, she is a firecracker. She is feisty, but her savviness, how smart she is, she's just amazing. She is chief brand strategist. She owns her own company, is 360 Gateway Brands, and her name is Alechia Reese.
Hey, y'all.
Where are you from, actually?
Listen, Sarasota, Florida.
Florida. Okay, yes.
Girl.
Oh my goodness, I have heard the Florida stories.
Yes.
Wait, Lord, you know what? Y'all are not ready for this show. I will tell you that. Okay, I will let you introduce yourself. But right now she's on tour, the Relationship Game Tour. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because her book, it will be to you soon. You can pre-order it. But she's going on tour for her book, The Relationship Game, and this is her second book. Second book.
Listen.
You're just out here flourishing. I spoke to my friend the other day. I said, "How you doing?" He said, "Flourishing." I said, I'm gonna use that, right? I'm glowing and flourishing.
Listen.
Okay, it must be nice. Anyway,
flourish on.
Right. Tell people about you and all the things that you do.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, the short version, because we don't have time to be here all night. But yeah, so I am a brand strategist. I am an author, all around dope ass human. I truly do love to speak. The stage is my second home. I can go from the entertainment stage to the corporate boardroom without ever skipping a beat.
Ooh.
And yeah.
When I was skipping a beat.
Skipping a beat. You got to be able to do both. Get you a woman that can do both. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. I help people strategize. You want to go to point Z and we're at point A. I show you the strategic steps as to how we're going to get there.
Okay, we're going to go into your book, but give me a quick example for just a person who wants to do something. I don't know.
Absolutely.
How do you do that? Give me
Yes, so we specialize with my company, 360 Gateway Brands. So we specialize in launch strategies. So anytime you are about to launch, whether it's a product, service, event, or campaign, you come to us and we create what your launch plan looks like. That's creating the templates for your media outreach. That's deciding, okay, who are the collaborative partners? Who are the corporate sponsors that you're going to go after? What does your launch look like? We create that for you. We put it in a nice package for you, depending on who is executing, whether it's us or the client themselves. And we give it back to them with a pretty bow on it. And they just literally follow step by step by step. You execute and receive the results that we've designed the plan.
Okay, but they have to do the work. They
do the
themselves.
work unless they pay us to implement. You can do that. But it's most of our clients now, they prefer to implement themselves. So we just create it. So you get the strategic brain that has worked with your Verizons, your Googles, that has worked with some amazing companies. You get my strategic brain and my team's ability to just, create magic. And you just follow steps. If you can count 1, 2, 3, you can follow our plans.
Well, there you have it. Just follow the steps. And then do you like go back like a teacher, like and make sure that they followed it correctly?
So they're able to come. So we do allow them a period when they start to execute to come and like ask questions, to schedule a meeting, because we don't just, throw you out into the middle of the ocean.
Be great.
Yeah. No, we give you time. So you go, you start executing. And then if you have questions, you absolutely come back and we'll say, okay, here's how you want to do this. Here's another option to doing A, B, C, or X, Y, Z.
Okay. So your first book.
Yes. Eating Elephants.
Eating elephants. And
Yes.
what is the tagline again? Like,
So winning life one bite at a time.
Winning life one bite at a time.
Yeah.
And she's so tiny. And I'm like, eating elephants, but her personality is so big. I'm like, she may have ate a damn elephant.
Listen, it is very possible. Because people always look at like, so anytime someone asks me, they're like, well, why in the hell would I want to eat elephant? First of all,
PETA is going to get you. Exactly. I do not condone eating elephants up in his speech.
Exactly. You know what's funny? So in the book, the first thing I write is don't worry, PETA. There were no elephants that were harmed during the commission of this book.
Yes.
So they're good. They'll be all right. But no, like your elephant really is your big thing. So it's your big dreams, your big goals, your big plans. That shit is scary as fuck. Like it is scary to come up with this big old vision that you want for your life.
Right.
And most people get paralyzed in the, okay, it's time to execute part. So what Eating Elephants does is it breaks down that execution piece, because that's where most people fumble. Everybody got ideas. Ideas come a dime a fucking dozen. When people don't want to share their idea, I'm like, your idea means nothing. The execution part is where the craziness comes in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so Eating Elephants just shows you how to do that. It breaks it down using project management, because most people don't study it. I studied it.
Got you. And then now we're in the new book.
The new book, The Relationship Game.
Okay, so we going all into that, because it's all about your career, relationships, and your overall health here. So relationships, what is the book about? And then we're going to go into more of it. I'll let you talk.
Absolutely. So what The Relationship Game is so a lot of people get terrified with networking, right? Like you've been to networking events and you're like, oh my God, the anxiety that I don't feel like talking to people, just the everything. And so what The Relationship Game is it is a 5-play tool book where it's a playbook that shows you exactly how to use a lot of the tools and steps and resources that I have used that have been uber successful for me. One of the plays in the book, because like I said, there are 5, I was able to generate a six-figure deals at one conference.
Got
So
you.
at one conference, I was able to generate 6 figures in deals simply because I used those plays in the relationship.
And when you say that, meaning you went to a conference and you were networking, and then you used your own tools to create revenue.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And I don't even call it networking because I hate that word.
I hate that word too.
I can't stand
I just put it
it.
on a flyer today, which we'll talk about later. And I was like, oh, can I use another word?
I really
Community? I don't know.
I like tribe, community, and then actually building relationships. Because people forget, like in real life, real business is done once you have a relationship. People do business with people who they know, who they trust, and who they like.
There we
that
go.
Likability piece.
Woo, one more time for the people in the
huge.
back. No trust and like.
Trust and like. I gotta like you to want to do business with you. At least a little bit. At least you offer so much value. Your excellence is so undeniable. I gotta work with you.
Okay.
So what the Relationship Game book does is it just literally shows you how to do that, how to create game-changing relationships. It's founded in growing your business. Like that's how you grow your business, creating game-changing business relationships.
We about to go into these 5 plays, but like that hit home, because I know for me personally, I'm always like, I do like to be liked. It's nice to, but there's just different personalities that you just gotta sometimes be like, all right,
I'm good, love, and joy.
Yeah, do they like anyone? Or I know for me, I'm very outgoing and personable, but some people do not. That's too much for them. It's too much to embrace. Or I try to just be open and honest and blunt, and then they're like, that girl, she just didn't know how to watch her mouth. You know, she had no tact. And I'm like, dang, you know, it's about like really understanding your audience kind of too.
Yes.
But anyway, let's go. Okay, let's play number one. Let's break it down. And y'all are going to get this book, pre-order it. It's going to go on her. First of all, her website is dope as fuck. By the way, AlechiaReese.com. And, yeah, I just want to steal everything off your website. I'm just telling you, I'm putting it on the record right now. And you can also get the last book on there as well. But okay, let's go into the first.
So play number one is know your nose. A lot of people miss that part. And I'm not talking about NO. Yes, you want to have for your personal relationships, what your non-negotiables are, actually in business too. But it's know your nose, and that's KNOWS. And that is number one, know what problem you're solving. Because people aren't just trying to buy products and services. They want to buy a solution. I'm purchasing your product because you provide a solution for me. Number two is know exactly what you're offering. Once you have figured out and honed in on what your value proposition is, when you come to people, the confidence, you can't help but exude it. And people are attracted to confidence in your personal life and in your professional life. People will jump onto somebody who is confident. Look at Fry Festival.
Listen, right.
Listen, because he was confident. Simply because he had no real plans, but super confident. People are giving all this money to him. When you know what you're offering, when you know exactly what it is that you're offering, your value proposition, that confidence is next level. And then know the audience you're offering it to. Like you were saying, like sometimes it's too much or sometimes it's not enough. You have to tailor whatever your message is to your audience. Understand that everybody can't accept everything. Now, I like to twerk. You know, that's my thing.
No,
and, you know,
I don't believe you. She's, you know, this girl, like she's just such like, you just don't know what you're going to get because she's like so tiny and so put together and classy. And then she's like, the stories I have heard her say, and it's just like, I like to twerk. And I'm like, whatever.
I do. But you know what? I may not be able to twerk at the accountant's retreat. Yes. That might not be the retreat that I get to twerk at. But when I'm on the boat, you know, and the jam comes on, then we can act out.
Right,
so
right.
Know the audience that you're offering it to. And then two, know the manner in which they can receive it. You can't give a newborn chicken wings because they'll choke and die. And then you got to go to jail for neglect, or manslaughter. It's not worth it. So know exactly how they receive the information that you're putting out.
Give me an example like with that.
Absolutely. So the manner in which someone can receive it, if let's say you have, I don't know, a nursing home, right? You have a nursing home. You're trying to secure more folks to get into your nursing home, but all you ever do is advertise on Instagram.
Why was that just something I was listening to in the Breakfast Club? I don't know. That's just so funny.
I hadn't heard it yet.
No, it wasn't that particularly, but she said she did hair and she did at the nursing home and she was trying to get more clients. And she's like, I only advertise on Instagram. And everyone's like,
but that's not... They can't receive it in that manner.
Right.
Yes, you have the service. Yes, you may be providing this dope service, but they can't receive it in that way. What you need to do is go to those 50 and up happy hours or bowling nights. They like live events. They like connecting in person. Instagram is not, sis, that's where you flaunt all the, the success that you've achieved because of all the work that you're doing off of socials. You got to understand like how they can receive it is what's best because they're not going to receive it on Instagram when they just not there.
Got you.
And that's all in play number one and know your nose. Play number two is have a plan and a strategy. Plan and a strategy is like ideas and execution. Your plan is your idea. Your strategy is your execution. You need to have both. I am very strategic on who I want to connect with. I make a list every year of, okay, these are the folks who I want to connect with in this year. I figure out where those folks are going to be. And I just happen to find myself there ready to employ my strategy because I'm very deliberate and intentional. To me, I don't want life to just happen to me. Absolutely be fluid enough to flow. And I can flow with the best of them, but I am also deliberate enough to ensure I get what I want.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay.
Play number 2. Play number 3, go to events. Get out of your goddamn house. The deal is not coming to your house. Unless you've created a completely digital experience, they're not coming to your house, madam, sir, person. It's just not gonna happen.
Right.
Go to an event, but don't be so stressed about, oh my God, I have to network. Nah, sis, sir, all you have to do, go to the event, and your goal is to connect genuinely with 1 or 2 folks. 1 or 2 folks. Once you've done that, relax. Everything else is icing on the cake. 1 or 2 genuine folks. Play number 4 is be different and thoughtful. I knew when I wanted to connect with one of the mentors that I wanted at one point, I was working on closing a deal with her. She was pregnant. So what I did was I sent her an embroidered blanket that had her son's name on it. That right there is so different and so thoughtful. No matter what I ever reach out to her for it, I'll have her listening ear, whether or not she can do it for me or not. I have her listening ear because I was different and thought about someone besides myself. And then the last one, play number 5, know how to close. Listen, it doesn't count if you get all the way up to the finish line and be like, nah, I'm good, love. It's above me now. No, it's not above you now. Close. Know how to close. I
need an example. How to oh goodness. It's like you said so much. I'm trying to unpack it right now. But yeah, give me an example of like
how to close. So I always tell people, once you've had a conversation with someone, whether you've met them at an event or there's been an intro, follow up with it. And again, being very deliberate, have a media kit or an EPK or something that quickly and concisely, describes what it is that you're offering. Hey, I noticed that you were experiencing a problem, or we discussed your problem with ABC. I would love to sit down with you to provide a solution for you that is listed at this. Can we get started by next week? And then follow up. Don't just, I sent them an email, they didn't respond. They get busy. Follow up. You should have at least 5 follow-ups before you're like, okay, let me give it a little bit more time and then I'll come back to them.
Got you.
But you have to finish.
That's a good one, because I have a lot of conversations with people and they're like, well, I hit them up. They know me, or, they've seen me at events before. Doesn't
matter. They're busy. Know how to close. And that means follow up. Kill your ego. Nobody has time for your ego when you're trying to close a deal. Because ego is, well, I already hit her up. She hasn't responded. And hit her up again. It literally took me 5 outreaches for one particular person I was trying to connect with. And I knew she wanted to connect with me because we had discussed it. It took 5 outreaches before we had our first phone conversation. And I was just fine with hitting her up. I would hit her up once a week. Hey, love, I know things are crazy busy. Super excited to connect with you when you're free. Here's the link to my calendar. Pick a time whenever you're free. She never clicked the link to that calendar, but she then sent me over, by time number 5, she sent me over a message saying, hey, let's meet tomorrow.
Gotcha.
That consistency, that persistence, you can't deny that. You just can't, because you're like, okay, let me just at least talk to this crazy person so they will stop emailing me. I am the crazy person.
That is true. I mean, where do you get this confidence from? Where does this tenacity come from? I feel
like I got a whole baby. Like, and she's not a baby. She's 9, but she's bougie. Her idea of spring break is going to like Dubai and Egypt and Scotland and Paris.
Whose fault is that though?
It's her mama's.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely her mama's, and I'm her mama. But in my mind, there are certain experiences that not only I want her to have, but a certain type of lifestyle I want to have. And I am willing to do whatever it takes within legal reason.
Okay.
Within legal reason to achieve whatever that is. I know exactly what I bring to the table. That whole know your nose, I am super clear on every room I walk into, I add value to. You need what I have because I know what I'm bringing to the table. Once you become super clear on what you're offering, what value you bring, you don't allow fuck boys or shady business deals or the shit that just happens in life, because let's be honest, shit happens.
Right.
You don't allow any of that to deter you, because it's like, okay, end of the day, I know I'm very clear. I have anchored myself on what my ultimate goal looks like, and nothing but death can keep me from it.
But there are people who just do not know what their value is, or like, I think I'm starting to read this book, Purple Cow, like what makes you special? Like, what is that something that makes you special? Like you said, you know your worth. Yeah. People struggle so much with trying to figure out with what their worth is, what their passions are, what makes them unique. Like, what do you say to these people? Like, how can they get your book? And like, I mean, I said, listen, just let me just rub on the jean jacket, the tails of your coat. This girl came in, said, I'm sick, pulled it together, literally about to die, and just is like, you know what? I'm fine, and I'll be better on camera. Like, you just have something about you that is special. So like, for people who are really struggling to figure out what they want to do, I'm a nurse, but I always wanted to be a cook, or, you know, I just don't know what I want to do or what I bring, you know, like, how do you talk to these people? Absolutely.
So I tell people all the time, is take time with you, which is, for most people, that is the scariest shit on the face of the planet, is spending time alone. Stop always trying to connect yourself to somebody. Oh, I want to be loved. I want to be touched. I want to be touched your darn self. If it really means that much, touch yourself. But spend time alone. Spend time alone. I discovered the most amazing things about myself when I sat my ass down and dealt with me. And then when I sat down long enough and was quiet long enough, not with all the distractions, not with the social media, not with the man rubbing on my booty, trying to like, hey, roll over. No, like with just me sitting down with me, I was able to like take inventory and write it down. Like, don't be afraid to pick up a piece of pen and a piece of paper to write that shit down. Write down, what am I good at? What are my skills? Take a piece of paper and a pen. If you don't have it, pause this, go get you one and come back. But make 3 columns on that piece of paper. In the first column, write all your skills. Every single person has value. I don't care who you are. I don't care what station in life you were born in. I don't want to hear I was born in a bad place. Me too. Rats was crawling around my head when I was born. Impoverished most of my life. Chose abusive men like kids choose candy. Lost a baby. Darn near lost a house. Quit a job. Been homeless. You name it. Okay. Been raped. The whole 9 yards. Shit will happen. Life will happen. Write down what you're good at. Every single person has value. Write down your skills. Take inventory. I don't care if you say I'm good at stopping arguments. That is called a mediator. People pay for that. Okay? Okay. People pay for that. People pay for mediators. Write down all your skills in that first column. Then in that next column, next to every single skill, I need you to write down what problem that skill solves. What problem that skill solves. So for me, when I was first writing it down, when I had no idea what my value was because I was just getting out of an abusive marriage, I wrote down that I braid hair. Bet. What problem does that solve? A whole host of them. People need to look worth something when they walk out the door. It's a whole host of things.
Look worth something.
Listen, you gotta look worth something. So that solves a problem. To every single skill you have, write down the problem that it solves. And then in that last third line, write down how you monetize it. Because too many people, I want to live my passion and live my dreams and everything else. And all that is cool. But guess what? Sis, you got to eat, and you have to eat every day. And I didn't realize that you have to eat every day until I became an entrepreneur and I had to pay for food every day. I was like, oh my God.
And you eat elephants too.
Listen, all the elephants. But you legit have to eat every day. So that means you need to maybe be making money. So why not root the money that you're making in your skill set, which is always closely aligned to your purpose and your passion. Like, you ever want to discover your purpose, you're having a real difficult time figuring out what your purpose is, discover what your skills are, because your purpose is usually found in your skill sets. So yeah, that's how you get started. A, B, C, 3 columns, pen to paper, get to writing, and spend some time with yourself. Stop trying to be connected to everything and everybody. You poison yourself that way.
Is there like a time frame on how long you think people should be by themselves, or like?
So that's a personal thing. Like for me, because I had such a low self-esteem, I literally had to.
I don't believe you,
bruh. It was low.
How did you get out of this?
Taking time with myself.
Just came out and was like,
well, so no, it was doing the work.
Rock star. Like,
it was doing the heavy, hard work. I went to counseling. I stopped having sex, and that was really hard for me. Like being very real. I like passion. It's fun for me. I stopped. Like I stopped having sex for a while because I needed to be able to rid myself of all of the extra energies to figure out at my core, who the fuck is Alechia? Who am I? And once I was able to answer that question, it became less of me. Oh, I want to be happy. I want to be happy because that means, okay, I have to have something happening. I have to have another thing happening. And then I'd only be happy when things were happening. And then when things stop happening, the depression sets in like a blanket, like a cloak. It cloaks you because now things aren't happening. Well, things can't happen 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week, because that's just not how ebbs and flows. That's not life. Life ebbs and flows. So then it became for me, how can I root myself in joy? Because joy is something that's a constant. So my happiness may wane, but my joy doesn't. And in finding joy, I was able to find peace. And that peace, it's like peace that passes all understanding. It is a game changer. You can't help but be confident because there's a steadying and a rooting that's in you that you know no matter what comes, no matter what goes, no matter what winds blow, I will be more than okay. I will thrive and I will live this big, beautiful, expansive life that I've been gifted. So yeah, that's how you start.
Woo! Okay, that was a church. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. That is, all right. Yes, I want the book now. Like, sign me up. So with the tour, you're just going through basically the 5 plays, or like, what do people? Because you have a couple. You have more cities to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's so what I wanted to do is I have to be different because I'm weird. I've been weird as fuck my whole life. If you said go left, I went right because I'm like, nah, everybody going left. Warren Buffett.
She's a stubborn ass tourist. That's why. Yes,
I am. Tourists are us. Okay, we are the Earth. All the other signs walk on us. Okay, Earth sign.
First of all, Sagittarius. Excuse me. We are well. We're technically fire.
I know.
However,
you are fire. But, my daughter is a Sag. But y'all are fire.
We graze on.
But Sag are definitely fire.
Yes, very fiery.
Yes, but I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, like I said, I want it to be different. It matters to me that folks are transformed. I don't do empowerment. No disrespect to those who have built entire businesses off of empowerment. That's so cool. But for me, empowerment is like filling your car with gas and then taking your cell phone and your GPS and telling you to get to a place you've never been before. Woo! It's hard as fuck. How, Sway? How are we supposed to get there? For me, that is what empowerment does. So I am all about practicality. What are the steps? I grew up as a kid in church all the time. I didn't even like the King James Version of the Bible because it was too many parables. I didn't understand. Speak plain English to me. Give me some NIV. Explain it to me in words that I can comprehend. So for me, every single stop of the tour, it's not just me. Yes, I go through those 5 plays when we open it up, but then I bring some dope ass folks with me who have done more than I have done, because you do not want to be the smartest in the room. And I make sure every person on each of these panels on the tour are smarter than me, better than me, have done more than me, so that I can learn too while other folks are learning, because I want them to tell how they built their businesses, not just using relationships, but then how they structured it. Because relationship is like talent. Don't let your talent get you in places that your character can't keep you. Don't let your relationship get you in places that your skill set can't keep you. So on the tour, we talk about how you develop your skill set. That's finding out what incubators are available, going to the SBA website to look and see what small business services are available to help you grow. It's being very intentional. Not making a decision is making a decision. And I have made a decision that not only am I going to grow my own business and change the entire trajectory of the next generations, my generation is the last one that experiences poverty. Point blank fucking period. But I also want to bring a whole bunch of folks with me, because it's only lonely at the top if you take nobody with you. So it's transformative. Every single person who has attended the tour stops thus far, that's in Atlanta, that's in DC, that's in Philly, they all have said the same exact thing. My life has been transformed. Because it's a transformative experience. Anything with me is.
Yeah, I'm delivered. I'm delivered with the pre-order, $5, Audible, all that shit. But yeah, that's really cool, and I'm just happy that you got to this place, because you just you spit out a lot of fire right now. Like I've been this, but now I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm trying to unpack it. Like I couldn't even ask the question. Be like, how did you? You're like, girl. Been there, done that, check. Yeah, so let's go into relationships, because now we're just going to get into it, because so wait, relationships, career-wise, you feel good about where you are with yourself with that. Personal relationships. Can you use this book for that?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
How does it relate? Let's do it.
Know your nose, which is play number 1. Is know exactly what you're looking for. So I've been doing a lot of dating here lately.
Oh, she has given me like what is the ebook version of like, I was like, I'm going on this date. No, don't do that. Leave your wallet home. Check. Boom, boom. I'm like, wait,
listen,
fix your hair. Like,
listen, yes, actually,
and do not go on that date. I'm like, shit.
I don't care how strong of a woman I am. I will always be soft enough to still be a lady. I have no problem letting a man lead.
Yes.
And a lot of times, or at least some of the men who I've spoken to, they feel as though alpha females, because I am super alpha and I make no apologies about it. But a lot of the men that I've spoken to, they're like, well, alpha females don't know how to listen. And I'm like, no, baby, it's just you don't know how to lead. Alpha females aren't going to... Alpha women aren't going to trust
that you. Is the realest shit ever.
That's what it is. It's not that I don't know how to follow. It's I don't trust your leadership. I'll submit if I trust you. But sir, if you can't figure out your own life, how sway are you supposed to help guide mine? And I have a whole human that I'm responsible for too. So then you come into a situation, because we are one, whether you like it, fuck with it, don't fuck with it. I don't give a shit. She 9, she here. She ain't going nowhere, right. Lord willing. So I need to be able to trust you to lead. So it's not that I can't follow. It's just I don't trust your leadership. But also too, now because I know my nose, I don't even go out with those type of folks. It's crazy how things happen. I was having a conversation this morning with a young man, and I asked him, what happened? What are you looking for now? Like, just what phase you in, what energy you in? And he's like, oh, well, I want a partner so I can travel the world. It's something great to see the world with somebody. The last relationship was super toxic. And so for me, those are like, okay, red flags. Why are you trying to just travel the world with somebody?
Okay.
Like, are you looking for a space filler, or are you looking for a partner? Do you want just somebody to take pretty pics with so you can have a vlog on YouTube to make a bunch of money from? Like, what is the point? Because traveling the world, especially if you meet a worldly woman, she does that anyway. So y'all doing it together is gonna happen. But like, and so I asked him, I was like, okay, you said the last one was toxic. Have you gone to counseling? No, I don't think I need it. Oh no. I was like, so then. Oh, she was toxic, but not him. Yes. Gotcha. And that's the problem. Because even in my abusive relationships, I absolutely own my peace. I have a real slick mouth. So I have to own my peace too. And for me, anybody who won't own their peace, that's a problem. So know your nose is okay. Know exactly what you want. I know within 10 minutes of talking to a man whether or not it'll ever work out. Really? 10 minutes. Sheesh, I need that. I'm super clear on my vision. I think I am psychic, but when it comes to relationships, I am like just stupid. But literally, I have literally done like 5 of the weirdest, most calling people psychic things. Like I think I'm blessed with a lot of very good intuition when it comes to things outside of freaking dating. So it's great to hear you say like 10 minutes, boom. No matter how attractive they are, no matter how much money they have. And this man is fine. The one I was talking to this morning, when I tell you, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. Listen, my whole type. Just as big and burly. Blessings on me. But no, it's a no for me, fam. Good. I think, okay, he might be great to make a friend, but if you tell me, because after I ask if you've ever been to counseling, my next question is are you happy? And I ask, are you happy first? Like, I ask that one first and not joy, because I want to hear your honest response. So I asked him, was he happy? He's like, no,
it's kind of like a
really.
trick question, because happy is that word is so broad,
Super
but
broad.
also it gets straight to the point.
Are
Like,
you happy?
well, I'm just kind of checking, like,
Literally, that was his response. He's like, oh, I'm floating. Hold on. Because then too, if you're not happy, then you're going to expect me to come in and make you happy. And nah, pimp, I don't do that. That's beyond the scope of my capabilities. That's not in the job description that I'm signing up for. No, it's not my job.
Is it because you worked so hard for you to be happy, or to you to have your joy?
It's not even about me. Honestly, it's about them. Okay. I want to connect with a man who I know is so committed to their own growth and development that they can't help but thrive by themselves. Then connecting with me, we can't help but create even more magic because of what he's done by himself. I think Will Smith said it best. It is not my responsibility to make you happy. I cannot do that. Another human cannot do that. I don't care what I do. I don't care what I buy you. I don't care how many times I sleep with you. I don't care if I let you hit it from the back, from the front, in front of people, behind people. There is nothing I am going to be able to do to make you happy or to help you find joy. Because that, of course, is my next question. Well, do you feel you found joy? The answer to that
up.
They
like, I'm talking to Ayala up in here.
Listen, he literally was like, what? And I'm like, have you found joy?
You caught his ass off guard. Woo.
And I ask him all that same question, because I first need to know I'm dealing with a whole human. I'm raising a child. I'm not trying to raise a grown man. I'm raising a child already. I'm good, love, and joy. It's above me now. I can't do it. No. So for me, it's, are you a whole human that's thriving on your own? Because then there are certain things that I just won't have to do. And I'm not even talking about finance. I am literally only talking about your emotional and spiritual well-being. Your emotional, because that is everything. That is the root of everything. And then from there, if, okay, you say you good, you whatever, and we talk through that, then it's, what's the vision for your life? And this conversation, like I said, is had in 10 minutes. What do you, when you close your eyes, what is the vision that you have for your life? If you tell me a white picket fence, 2 cars in a driveway, 4 or 5 kids going to work every day, I know you are not for me. You're just not. I don't care how fine you are. You can be fine as frog hair. You are not for me. You're not for me.
What do you want? What is your expectation for the guy to say? I mean, do you want this? It has to be a very particular thing that they have to say for it to pass your rules, or
so it's not so much a rule, it's just I know where I see my life going. It's literally like, how you say that intuition? It is literally like I take a look into my future. Kanye, the old Kanye, and one of the lines,
rest in peace, Jesus, Lord Jesus.
To the old one, to the new one, long live. We don't wish death on nobody. Long live, sir. But to the old one, there's a line in one of my favorite songs that he sings, before I had it, I closed my eyes and imagined. It's not about what you say. I need to be able to feel the passion in what it is that you're saying. There's no cookie cutter, you must say this, and I can check it off my list. Nah, it's not a list. It's are you emotionally whole? Like, is there wellness there? And then 2, how big is the vision for your life? Because mine is expansive and it is scary. The last person I was dealing with couldn't take it and was like, I'm too much. I don't need to deal with another man who tells me I'm too much, because my dreams are very large, like extremely large. And I understand that can be scary for a man who cannot envision himself going there.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
And you're just like, next.
Yeah, thank you. Next. Me and Ariana both.
You're stupid. Well, wait. So do you just cut it off, or do you just okay, we can be friends? Do you tell them, or you just friends on them without, you don't have to even say the word. You're just kind of
absolutely have a conversation.
Oh, you're
but it's a very nice conversation, because I believe there's never a reason to be nasty. Right. So it is a very nice conversation. I just say, and I put it on me because it's the truth. I'm not sure Actually, I'm pretty positive for where I desire to go in life. I'm pretty positive that that will frustrate you. And I have no desire. You seem to be an amazing person. And if they're not amazing, you seem to be a pretty good person, because I'm not about to gas you up. One of the two. You seem to be a pretty good person. And I don't want you to live in a frustrated state with me, because I'm trying to push you beyond what you see or desire for yourself. And that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't mean they're terrible. It just means for what I want and for what you want, they don't align. I'm not trying to force, I am an octagon. I'm not trying to force my octagon ass shape into a triangle or a square. It won't work unless I minimize myself to the point to where I can fit within your constraints. And who the hell finna do that? I didn't work through too much to do that. I won't.
Right. Okay. So like with your career right now, you just, we were off camera and I'm like, what are you doing next? So you're just like about to make a life change right now.
Heck yeah.
So what is this life change?
So I decided I'm going to move to Thailand. I'm going to give myself a year to plan for it, because I did New York, not on a whim, because I had felt the urging that I should move to New York, and it literally has been the best decision of my life. But I did New York quick. I sold my house in 90 days, liquidated the 401k, had $40,000 saved up, moved to New York, and it was gone in 90 days.
That's about right.
Yep. Yep, it's about right. I don't want to do that this next time. So this next time, I want to make sure that I give myself a full year. So not until next year, fall, of course, next year, but I want to give myself a full year to save, to connect, to make the absolute most of my time here in New York. And then I want to give my daughter the experience of living a year abroad, just a year. But I want to travel. I want to show her things. I want her to research different countries and their dialect and, their cultural everything, so that she can learn, the United States is not the only place on the planet. Although I love us, we are not the only place, A. And then B, that you are one person in a sea of 7 billion. But once you tap into the marvelousness that is you could impact the globe. And so, yeah, I'm ready.
Wow. So
in a year, though.
Girl, I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to be interviewing you. I'm like, so let me take my own notes about these no's, because I need more no's, by the way.
Listen, know your nose.
Know your nose.
It'll change your life.
Yeah.
But again, too, that took me sitting down. I had to stop messing with my absolute awesome partner that I had started messing with. I was messing with them for maybe 2-3 years we were messing with together.
You're saying messing. Help me out with that.
So this was when I was not as evolved as I am now.
Delivered.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm delivered.
So
we had a situationship for like 3 years. This was like right after like my divorce. So this was like years ago, like 5 years ago. And we were, having a grand old time, but I knew when it was time to shift. Like I would get irritated being in their presence. I knew, I'm like, okay, this was fun. But now if you want to make different moves in life, you're going to have to make different decisions. You can't keep drinking the same spoiled milk expecting not to get sick. So
and it stank too.
And it stank. Yeah. He was never stank though. But this situation started to smell to me. And so I stopped messing with him, and that was really hard. Like really hard.
Was that like your last like real serious relationship, you think?
Oh no, girl.
Oh no, you just
because he wasn't serious. He was fun. He was fun.
It was fun only.
Fun only.
So right now you're just kind of dating.
I'm dating, having a good old time.
Hinge has been great. You're going to be internationally dating right now.
Listen, the first place I'm going next summer is the south of France because, I've heard some things. They love the melanin over there. So, yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about South of France, but I don't know.
Positives and negatives.
Positive and negatives. Yes. So I'm
gonna go with the good energy, though.
Listen,
I'm gonna go with the good energy.
You just got the glow and the good energy and all that stuff. Do you want to get married again?
I am open to it.
Because you don't talk well about your marriage. You don't
no,
like that
it was
nigga.
no. I just, again, I really do respect men who do whatever it takes to handle their shit. It should not be that your woman has to work harder for something you created together than you ever will. For me, that's where I just dismiss you, because I'm not going to disrespect you, because I can't hold you in a place of contempt and still take care of your child. So I just dismiss you from my universe. I literally only think about him when I absolutely have to, which is, hey, did you send your little $300?
That's it.
That's it. It's the only time I think about it.
You guys can't even talk on the phone. You don't even talk on the phone, right?
No. For what? I bought my daughter a cell phone. He has the number. It does FaceTime so he can see her. When he wants to see her, absolutely. Like, I will never, ever, ever. I do not believe that a woman should ever bar the father of her child from seeing said children, unless there are, of course, he's violent towards the children, or there are concerns. Absolutely, sis, do whatever you got to do to protect your child. But I don't have those issues. He was just cruel to me. But to her, he cool, I guess.
Equally, yes, Lord. What's 3 things about you that you know, and 3 things about you that people don't know about you? like about, I know that I talk a lot. Yes. That is one thing I know. I actually haven't asked myself this question, but I'm asking you that question.
Ooh, I wasn't prepared for that one. Okay, so 3 things I absolutely know about myself. That I am a free spirit, that I love new experiences.
Okay.
Like, I love new experiences, which means I'm open. And the third would be that I love the stage. Like, I really do love the stage. Yeah. Like, every time I envision the present and future me, because I do believe they're in the same sphere.
Okay.
I always see myself on a stage inspiring like hundreds of millions, like selling out Madison Square Garden. Like, I love the stage, helping to transform lives. So I know those 3 things about myself.
Got you.
And then 3 things that people don't know is so that I am a curserer. I curse a lot. Like, people don't, they're like, oh my God, you're so prim and proper. And I'm like, ha, you don't know me very well.
It's them damn glasses.
It is the glasses. I look like such a little nerd. No disrespect to the nerds. But I look like a nerd. So when people see me, they instantly think like, oh, she's so prim, she's so proper, we can't do this. And then I bust out in a twerk and they're like, wait a minute, and she know how to shake that ass? Hold on. Let me find out. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm cool as shit. I'm so not prim and proper. I know how to speak the King's English, and I can absolutely switch it, flip it, turn it when I need to.
Smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no.
So that's number 1. Is people think I'm super prim and proper, but I'm totally, absolutely not. The second,
that's good.
one,
you got to have a little,
a whole personality,
righteous and ratchet.
Listen, both. Life is no good with just one. The second one that people don't know about me is I am an introvert. No one believes me, and she just rolled her eyes. If you're not watching this on video, then you don't know, but she just rolled her eyes.
You know what? I will receive it, because I know that I can be an introvert, but it's different. For me personally, I don't know if it's the same. You can explain. I become an introvert when I'm around too many people. I have to clean myself mentally from being around people. So I get just annoyed by the sight of people. So it's more like, because I love because if you come to my house and you do stuff, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do really nice things for you. I entertain you.
And she makes a great drink.
Yes, I make, yes, I made drinks. Yes, I'm not drinking today. So I'm like, normally would have drinks for you. But I did put a little snack board for you.
And I'm going to take it on the way out. Right. I wasn't feeling good on the way in, but on the way out, I'm going to be ready.
Right. So by the time I'm done with people or, a job, or if I'm performing, I just need to be alone for not a long time. Give me a couple hours. Then I'm like, I come back like a crazy, like, hi guys. But before, like afterwards, I'm like,
I can spend weeks
I'm
alone
nasty.
and be just fine. I find great joy in my own presence. I think I might have spent too much time alone because now I find so much joy.
That was going to be my question when you said spend time alone, because I have people in my life they always, I'm not ready to date because I need to spend some time by myself. Sis, it's been 10 years.
Yeah, that's too much.
How much time? Which is
so
fine.
I only took months. So I only took months. Like I didn't date for like maybe 9 months was the longest. And then actually, 9 months was the longest I didn't have sex, and 9 months was the longest like I didn't date anybody. But for me, after that, like if you're doing the work, it shouldn't take you 10 years, sis.
That's the thing, because most people they don't want to do the work, and I know I can speak for myself because it's so much easier to just be by yourself. You get to that point.
I'm just by myself because I shouldn't date because I have to be alone. And do what? Like when I was alone, I was literally doing the work. I was going to counseling. I was getting to the root of, okay, where did the self-esteem come from? Where did it start? Okay, in childhood. Okay, in childhood when? In childhood where? Oh, because I was poor, others weren't. The adults in the church that I grew up made me feel really, really low about who I was as a person from a child. They didn't mean it. I don't think they're bad people. That's not at all what I'm saying. They just did the best they could with the information they had at the time. And now because everyone is evolved now, we know that there are just certain things that even now I won't say to children because I know what damage it did to me.
Absolutely.
So
introvert.
But it's not forever. But yes, definitely an introvert. That's number 2. And then number 3, that people don't know about me. Unless you've been around me, you don't know that I really do love music and dance. Like,
well, the twerking, we got that out the way real quick. But music, like all music, like
music.
Anything.
I like
country.
Not really. I mean, I can hold a couple notes.
Okay, that means she can sing.
But no, so like I love pop. I love country. Like I love classical music. I love neo soul, R&B. Like I love it all. I really do love it all. Like if I wasn't so afraid of tattoos, I would get music notes tattooed down my spine.
I like that. I can't deal with pain, so I'm like,
me either.
I'm like, wait, let me steal that. I'm just stealing everything today.
But I can't deal with the pain either. That's why I don't have a tattoo. I want one so bad, but I can't.
No tattoos.
0.
Okay.
I want one or 5.
Music. Okay.
But yeah, music notes down my spine.
And then a microphone.
Can you imagine?
You should just go into a microphone since you can, like, the stage and stuff.
Yes. So. Can you imagine that view though from the back?
No.
It'd be dope.
I was like, wait, no.
I didn't even mean it sexual that time. I promise I didn't mean it sexual that time.
I was like, wait. So I was like, okay, I can see the back. Then I was like, but wait, hold on now.
No, because it's so pretty.
That went real left, real quick.
Real left. But no, I mean, like, so I go to a lot of like nice events. So imagine like a gorgeous backless dress.
Right.
My back is like so beautiful to me. So imagine like a gorgeous backless dress and you walk in and your partner's behind you. Or shoot, your homegirl is behind you.
And like, look at that back, girl.
Getting the slow-mo video of you walking and you see the music notes and the mic at the base of the spine. Oh, but I'm scared of tattoos and pain. So there's that. It's a nice vision.
I love it. Okay, so we tapped into your career.
Absolutely.
We tapped into all the relationships so people can know and go to the tour. And you tapped into therapy, but health. Like, what are you doing for your health? What is your message for your health, for mental health, for overall health? Like, absolutely. And I know you always hear me talk about this. Every time we talk on the phone, I'm like, I need to just align myself for my health.
It's necessary though. It really is necessary. So for me, when it comes to health, I believe in working from the inside out. So for me, the inside is not just my mind, but also my physical well-being. So I cut out a lot of like sugars, and I have a whole sweet tooth. And so that I do still fall off the wagon at least once a week.
Once a week, that's not too bad.
I fall off the wagon once a week. But now, like, so I'll only buy organic at this point because especially with meat,
that's expensive.
But here's the thing. You pay for it now or you pay for it later. And so it may be, let's say, $1 more. I'd rather spend that $1 more than $10,000 more dealing with the ailments from all of the bad, terrible food. Because I mean, our meats, U.S. meats are trash. Like straight trash. Yeah. You can literally sell us meat that has carcinogenic agents in it.
Wow.
Who, where, how? Why would you agree to that? So no, for me, it's I do my best to only buy organic. That's organic fruits. That's organic meats. Do my best to do that. And I cook most of the time. Like tonight, I was busting it down in the kitchen. Bust down Tatiana, bust down Chefiana.
Bust down. Ew, yes. I had a little bit of the food the other, listen, it's lovely.
I cook most of the time because eating out, there's no quality control. I don't know where you got it from.
That's true.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love a good meal out. But my preference is to, be healthy, to cook that way. And then also mentally, it's constantly like I do meditations consistently to make sure I ground myself, because you don't know what is going to happen in a day. I had some pretty terrible news earlier this evening, and the old me, the whole rest of the day would have been canceled. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. It just would have took me out. Now it's everything that is happening to me is happening for me. It's constantly reshaping. And that takes, again, the hard work and the heart work. Reshape what is happening. Why is this happening? What is the gift that I'm supposed to gain from this? So when that really, and it was sad because it affected my daughter. Anything that negatively affects her, it really does hurt me, because I want to be the best, absolute best mother that I can be, because she deserves that. And so when it happened and it affected her, I'm like, okay, what is the gift that I'm supposed to receive from it? I literally was hurt for like 10 minutes. And then my sister and I, we figured it out. Like, okay, so this is the gift that we get from that. This is now what we can do with the now freed up resources. And this is what we'll do for her to make sure she's good too. So yeah, it's that mental fortitude that I've now cultivated, going to therapy, sitting with myself, teaching and training myself to know there's a good in this. Figure out what it is. Just figure out what it is. And then hold on to that.
You just wired differently, girl. You just wired differently.
No, it took a lot. Like, this was not me 3 years ago. This wasn't me.
Right.
Every little wind would blow me and I'd be down, out for the count for weeks, would be so depressed, wouldn't get out of the bed. I told myself, I can't live like this. When you get sick of your own bullshit, you start working to make yourself better. I was tired of my own bullshit. Like, okay, so what, you're gonna be sad now again, another week? Okay, now so the next time something happens, you're gonna be sad again, another week? How long are we gonna do this for? How long? So for me, I got tired and decided to do something about it. And it's okay to have sad moments, but it literally is now, because I've dealt with depression as well. Like, I was suicidal. I had planned out my suicide. I was scheduled, because I'm a planner, I'm a project manager. I had scheduled to kill myself January 2013. Shit. I was going to drive my car off of the overpass going from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. It's about 20 stories high. And I had an SUV, an Infiniti FX. I was going to drive that beautiful Infiniti FX, and I was going to brake just right before I hit, but I was going to be going 70 miles per hour, because you can't go that fast. That way I know for sure that bitch will flip. I'll for sure lose my life, because who's going to survive a 20-story drop in an SUV? I knew I would die, and I knew I had a life insurance policy, and I had already set it up to where the money would go. I had a living will and everything. I had planned this out. Like I said, I was not the person I am today. That's something that this is the result of the hard and heart work. It's a result of the work. I was not that person. But because I've dealt with such major depression, I decided, okay, you don't get to win anymore. You was cool. I'm grateful for you, because what you did was you protected me and you kept me warm when I didn't know anything else. Now I know some different shit. So now when you start creeping up, it's but what is this happening for? What is the gift that I'm supposed to get from this? If I need to take a break, I will go to sleep for a day, but I don't allow myself to extend it beyond that, because I know what my triggers are. And I know if I let myself, I will wallow for months. I can't do that. Time is the only thing that no matter what, you can't get back.
Right.
I can't get back this time I have, and allowing depression, sadness to rest, rule, and abide in my life means that I'm taking time and spitting in its face. I'm literally giving it a fuck you, thinking I have this moment is the only promise that I have. So I'm taking full advantage of it, and depression doesn't get to. Now, some people, of course, they absolutely need medicines, and that's okay. For me, it was a retraining of my mind, because you get to choose. It's just most people, the sadness is so much easier.
Right.
It's easier. And I get it, because I used to do it. So I'm not judging. I'm just saying what it is.
How you feeling right now? What's the one little thing that you can feel balanced? What do you say to yourself? Like right now, it's your career, your relationships, and your overall health. What can you do personally for yourself just to make yourself feel more balanced? And what tip can you give to other people, the listeners, for them just to feel a little bit more balanced in their career, relationships, and your overall health?
For now, I feel at peace. Like, peace is primary for me. And even like with the tour, a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but when you put yourself out there, you have to grow in front of people. That's the scariest shit ever. What if they don't show up? What if it's not? What if it's what if? What I have now come to understand is find peace in every situation. I don't care if it's storming outside. I'm feeling peaceful because I've decided peace is now the anchor that I'm going to hold on to. There are so many things that are sailing by: frustration, agitation, irritation, anger. I'm feeling at peace.
Gotcha. That's cracks the code across the board, right?
Yeah.
Just
for in every single thing. And don't get me wrong, I completely revamped my company. Took my company, like 90% of my clients are gone. 90%.
What?
90%, because I needed to shift. When I know I have to shift, I shift. But at the very same time, I also decided to go on a book tour, which is not free. Shout out to the sponsors.
Damn.
But it's not free. So to go from, okay, handling this, doing this, to now trying to figure out what my life looks like, there could be a whole lot of turmoil in that.
Right.
For me, it's anchor myself in peace.
Anchor yourself in peace. So that goes for yourself and for other people then, huh?
Absolutely.
I love it. Oh, goodness gracious. I cannot wait to read this book. Like, and where can people find you? Are you accepting new clients? Because that's the next question.
So we are in the new, so that revamped, creating those strategic plans, that is the new revamped company. But that meant I had to get rid of and release and let go and allow them to let me go first of all the other types of clients that we had.
Okay.
So, but yes, we absolutely are. It's 360gatewaybrands.com. They can go on there if they want to have us create their strategic launch packages.
And also you do speaking engagements as well. You have the tour. What's your Instagram?
Instagram, you know what? I am everywhere at Alechia Reese. And my mom, she said she knew I'd be unique.
You spell that differently.
Super
Alechia.
unique. My parents got real excited. It's ALECHIA, and then Reese, REESE, and that's everywhere on every platform. Website, same thing, AlechiaReese.com.
Got you. And that's REESE, Reese. Okay.
REESE, like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so fortunate to have you, and just for you to come in sick and just be like, no, I got it together.
Listen.
No, I don't need water. I don't need Pepto. I don't need a Tylenol, a Motrin, a Plan B. Just kidding.
Listen.
Hello.
Listen, but I've had that 10-year IUD. I'm good, love. I needed to be sure.
I love it. Well, anyway, thank you. So, and also sidebar, whoop, whoop, just put the RSVP up for the rooftop yoga. So that I'm so excited about that. That's going to be September 8th. It's on Eventbrite. So if you go on my Instagram on @DJC_DeVone, or you go on the @Music Men in My Mental, there's the link so you can RSVP. It's gonna be cute. It's a little food, a little rosé, yoga, hip hop yoga. This instructor, I love her. I was taking her class at Y7, love it. And I was like, can we do an event? So this is the second time I'm doing it, second year I'm doing it. I'm really excited. So if you want to sponsor, let us know too. However, I'm just thankful to have you guys listening. Thanks for tuning in to Music Men in My Mental. You know where to find us on Instagram, Twitter. I need to go on Twitter a little bit more often, but the SoundCloud is new. So it's @Music Men in My Mental, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. And of course, YouTube, where you can see all this crazy. I hope I look good because I just came from my gig. And I
you
look
fine though.
This raggedy Music Men in My Mental t-shirt. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know. Thank you. She's so kind, right? Thank you. All right. Girl. See you guys next time. I'm DeVone, and thank you, Alechia Reese, for being here. Make sure you get her book, and you can go on her Instagram and know more about the tour. So relationship game, and use it for your career, your relationships, and your overall health. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.